Alright, this time I'm going to talk about my tournament, Typo House Monthly. First things first, it was a bad weekend. It was the weekend after Thanksgiving, and because of that, my tournament attendance was terrible. There's no two ways about it. We did get a lot of big name players, and I want to say thank you to Drug Fox, Nika Boy, and Flo, and of course Sleepy K. He's always a pleasure to be around. But even with these big name players, we didn't get a huge number of people, so I'm going to go and say that's probably going to be the last Type House Monthly. Every month we've been getting less and less attendees, and part of that's my fault because I've been scheduling for bad weekends on purpose. Because I don't want to conflict with everybody else, which I talked about in the last video, last couple of videos actually, because it's always a thing. But because I live in Middle Georgia, I know it's hard for people to get to where I'm at, and it doesn't make sense for me to try and compete with the big Atlanta tournament, so I intentionally take the worst weekends and try and just get as many players as I can. But it's getting to the point where it's too much stress on me, and the community doesn't really benefit from my tournaments anymore. It's actually quite the opposite. The people who do come down end up feeling I don't know what I want to say, but it's really just a waste of time for players to drive down 2 hours to come see me, and then they play in like 4 tournaments and they don't make any money, or it's round robins the entire time. It's silly. So with that in mind, I do have 2 more tournaments scheduled on Facebook. One is King Kong Smash, that is December 12th for Melee, and December 13th for Smash 4, Saturday and Sunday. This tournament is also one of my potential sponsors. So I do really need to make a good showing. I'm going to be very transparent about the money from my pop bonuses for Kings of South. So I advertised $1,000 in pop bonuses. I don't actually have $1,000 lined up. I'm closer to 900. That being said, one of the people who worked at one of my sponsors, he was part owner, but he ended up parting ways with the company. So I don't know if the $200 they pledged to my pop bonuses is still on the table or not. So I don't want to take away that $200. I really need to meet with other guys. So right now this is a lot of speculation on my part. But there might be potential of that $200 being gone, which means that has to come out of my pocket because I'd advertised at the $1,000, and I'm not going to go back on that. So I really need a good showing at this tournament to make up for some of the money I could potentially be losing from my other sponsor, if that makes sense to you guys. And the other tournament I have scheduled, of course, is Kings of the South in February. It's a while off. I'm not going to say it's a major, because it's obviously not a major. I'd like it to be an actual regional this year. Last year, we had 130 players across 2 days. We've changed things up. This time, we know the gaming wristband is going to be a thing well in advance, unlike last year, where they kind of told me like the week before, and people had already made plans not to show up. So that's going to be a major difference. The fact that it's only the $10. I'm going to call it venue fee, but it goes to the convention. I don't make any of that money. And then the $5 venue fee, which if you bring a setup as waived, is what goes to me and my guys to help fund the tournament, and that's where the Typo House contribution of the pop bonuses is coming from. So that's what that's for. I don't know what else I want to say other than I had fun running these monthlies. I've been doing them for almost 2 years now. Actually, a little bit longer than two years at this point, but it's really upsetting that like the Type House monthlies, they were my baby, and the fact that they're over, it hurts me, which is why you guys see me looking like that for a second. But on the other pleasant side of news, I mentioned it in my Hi, I'm E video on the other channel, or actually it'll be this channel now because I'm moving these over there where they should have been in the first place. But Rooster Teeth did put up a job for event coordinator. I've put in my application / resume, so hopefully I'll hear back from them sometime soon. And I may be moving to Austin again. That's just a dream. If it happens, you guys will be in the know. But no matter what happens, I will be here for Kings of South. There was nothing in the world that will make me miss that tournament. But this is the T-Rex Travels for this tournament. I can't say this month because, I have a tournament every weekend. But Typo House Monthly on indefinite hiatus. We'll see how things play out. I know the PM community has asked me a couple times to host for their circuit, and I'm all in for it. But at the same time, if there's not enough interest for them to come down to me, why should I host a tournament when nobody's benefiting from it? But that's it, guys. I'll